Welcome back, everyone. So I decided to hop back on to the server here because I've been working and I just decided that I really wanted to get an iron farm set up. And so that's what I'm going to work on doing. Now I have all the basic materials all sorted out so I know what to do. Such as over here, this is my cobblestone generator. There we go. As you can see, it generates a lot of cobblestone very quickly. So that's convenient because we do need a lot of cobblestone if we want to make a proper iron farm. And the next step is going to be to bring it over here to this little system, where you chuck all the cobblestone in there. I did not throw it correctly. There we go, much better. It gets grinded down into gravel, and then washed, turning into both iron nuggets and flint, before coming up here, getting squished, and then coming out. And as you can see, almost all of that iron has been through this method, actually. I haven't gone hand mining in quite a while. So, we're doing pretty good, I think. Now, here's the issue. This setup is not the greatest. It is certainly something that can be improved. You actually, I barely caught it out of the corner of my eye. But that little flap did actually move, which means there should be... Yeah, there's an iron nugget in there. Now, I was trying to get it set up so it only did it... Yeah. Dang, I cannot make that jump. I was trying to get it set up so it would only send it through if there was 9 of them, so it would automatically get squished. As you can see, more iron. Doesn't seem to have worked that way, which is kind of unfortunate. But you know what? It mostly works. It's still forming iron ingots, which is good for me. And it appears to form 2, actually, which is not what I expected. Maybe it's just because 2 are going in, or that could be a glitch. But either way, okay, yeah, it looks like it's just because we often get 2 at a time. Because we have a full stack, so it'll give us a chunk of nuggets coming in all at once. But yeah, that's how this works. Unfortunately, it's not the greatest system. And so we want to work on improving it. And I think the first place to start is we actually are going to change our size. Because we have the whole Pico thing. And so, real quick, I need to get myself a proper some paper. So I'm going to need a whole stack of that. And an anvil. I'll need a button too, but we can get that in a moment. Let's see. Clear that out. Okay. We have a couple mobs. First one is going to be a ghast. That's going to be fun. Let's see. I gotta think of a bunch of mobs, actually. Let's see. I think I'll put Enderman back in. That one was kind of fun as we were so tall. Ooh. What we can do is go through here. Let's see. A lot of these mobs are very similar, so I want to make them kind of unique if I can. Okay, we have a cat. We can make a dolphin. Let's go with an Elder Guardian as one of the options. And then we can have normal Guardian as well. I feel like I'm spelling that wrong. Oh well. Let's have a panda. Ooh, we can have a Ravager as an option. That one would be really interesting. And then our last one. Let's have it be a Shulker. So these are our different options that we could get for our size randomization. Don't need that anymore. Let's real quick get ourselves a button. And let's see how this turns out. Actually, let me go ahead and make it daytime. I feel like it might be better to be able to see it a little bit better. Alright. Let's do this. It is time. Apparently, not yet. I was going to say it is time for our randomization for our next episode. Let me take care of these guys real quick. Yeah. Aiming is actually kind of hard. Excuse me. There we go. I took out the creeper at least with the potato launcher. Although that was not my intention. It works. Okay, let's try this again now. We're gonna go ahead, hit the button. We are no longer a fish. We're gassed. Well, that's gonna be interesting. Alright then. Let's see how this turns out. So, I guess now I need to go turn myself into a ghast. I do need a ghast. Let's see how this turns out. I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly build a box to stop the ghast from flying away. I think it needs a 3x3 area? I'm not entirely sure. I have not actually looked into the hitbox size of a ghast before, if I'm being completely honest. Hopefully this is big enough. Now it is actually going to be a little bit annoying. I'm going to have to pull up my other account, that way I am able to know that I'm actually doing it properly. So give me a moment to pull that up. Okay. It is being a little bit slow at the moment. Hopefully I'm able to get it in here pretty quickly. Okay, it should be booting up right now. Okay, let's see. Well, that's a little bigger than I thought. Wait a minute, I can't even see the ghast hitbox. It's smaller than the ghast itself. I didn't know about that. Also, you are not trapped. Oops. Okay. I guess I'm gonna need to make this glass box a little bit bigger. Because apparently the ghast was not a 3x3. My bad. Nope, not that side. It was this side that I did. Oh, I actually probably want to... Well, I guess we'll see. Okay. Nope. Oh dear. Ghast is bigger than I thought. Okay. We are definitely gonna have to see how this one goes, then. Oops. Didn't mean to hit you there, buddy. Now! Fine. I'm not sure. We may have to say no to this one because ghast is a lot bigger than I was thinking. So I need to get rid of you before you try and start destroying stuff again. Dang, that's a 4x4. I'm actually thinking we may say a no to the ghast. Just because that is way too big to properly work on anything. I don't think that one would work too well. Unless we did a scaled back version. So, yeah. I'm not so sure on that. I think, let's go try and get something else. Oh, okay. I do actually need to take ghast out in that case. I guess we got Ravager instead. Well, I mean, we'll try it out. Hopefully Ravager works a little bit better than the ghast did. I just didn't expect it to be as big as it was. Let's hope that a 3x3 is big enough to fit a Ravager. I know they can break through leaves, I just hope they can't break through glass. Oh yeah, we can work with the Ravager, I think. It'll certainly be very interesting. But I think we can make it work. They're actually just above 2 blocks tall. Alright, oops, didn't mean to do that. Hold on, can I actually... Yeah, I can see my own hitbox. I think that's what we're gonna go with. Things are being problematic. Okay, we're gonna reset back to a normal human for now. We're gonna start with my height, I think. Let's see, what does a 1.5 look like? Nope, that's definitely a bit too tall. Ooh, we're getting closer. No, I think that looks pretty good. Now let's take a look at our width. definitely gonna be more than that. Ravager is not that skinny. Oh, they're not even that skinny. Let's see. You know, looking at ourselves, I think a Ravager is about 3 times as big as a player. Well, that's interesting. We do now need to mess with the eye height, actually. It's just a tiny bit lower. Compared with its height, not too bad, actually. Some of the other mobs have been quite interesting. Alright. I do think that we are allowed to have a little bit of a speed boost as a Ravager. Let's see. There's so many things that you can look at. Motion. Not too big. We'll say 1.2. Oh. Okay. Now I think Ravager is faster than that. Here we go. And I do think a Ravager makes sense to have a step assist. So let's go ahead and add that in as well. I have to remember the stats for this one. Because I don't want to be able to go up too high. That wouldn't make much sense. Alright. I think that works then. And then let's quickly look through the stats, see if there's anything else that we are going to adjust. Nope. I think those would be the only things. So, let's go ahead and get rid of this body. Sorry, buddy. I have now gotten what I needed from you. You have so much health, though. There we go. Now let's just get rid of all this glass, because we don't need it anymore. There we go. Get rid of those. And now, can I fit through? Oh dear. Oh, I can. I have to be really sneaky about it. Oh, but I can't fit through the doors themselves. Okay. Well. We're gonna have to see how that goes. I'm a little big for my bed now. I also need to worry about waking up in the wall, apparently. That was not something I was expecting to need to worry about. So yeah, I can at least crouch into two block areas. That's better than when I was an Enderman. Yes, we're gonna have to see about making that door Ravager friendly now. Alright. But hey, at least I can run pretty quickly. We may have to see about changing that, actually, because this still feels a little slow for how big I am. I mean, it makes it really easy to get on things like this. Oh, that's actually... I just thought of something that we should change. That's going to be my reach. Actually, is there a base reach? Yeah, let's use base reach. Because it makes sense for me to be able to attack pretty far. Ravagers can actually attack from a good distance away. Okay. can't reach that tree, though. Okay, so it's not a super big difference, but it is enough to where it would make a difference. Alright, I think this works pretty well. Well, I turned into a Ravager instead, just because gas turned out to be a lot bigger than I thought. Uh, they're more like a 4x4, so it was a little too big to make sense for working with things. So we decided to go with re-rolling, and I got Ravager. That's what we ended up being. And it is quite interesting. Uh, it causes some issues with getting up now. I can just barely fit through, but not if there's a door. Those 6 pixels, or just those 3 pixels, are a little too much for me to fit by. So we had to adjust for that. We'll have to adjust the house. But it is now time to work on an iron farm. I have this basic setup, and I think I need to improve it though. It looks pretty bad. So I'll get to work on that. I do have a building set up. In order to actually set up that building, I'm going to need to create something. Oh, I'm gonna have to see if I can fit downstairs. I think I can, because I made everything too wide. We're gonna have to see. I'm looking at making this. Ooh, okay. Block of iron, we can do that actually. That's not too bad. The bad part is the fact that it's in there. In there somewhere. So, let's actually see. We need to kind of look around, and we may actually just... Yeah, I'm thinking I may just grab the fan out. Because it's not like anyone else is very likely to be able to fit back there. I'm trying to... No, I don't want to be up. I guess I can't fit. Okay. Actually, I wonder. Let me steal one of the trapdoors here. I'm gonna try and squish myself. Yeah, there we go. I can. Okay. Nope. Can't actually tell. Wait, I think I have some stone on me. Okay. There we go. Grab some of that stone out of my backpack so I can patch it up. But we got our fan. Cool. Let's go ahead and put that trapdoor back. Yep. Oh, darn it. I need to place it the correct way. There we go. Okay. For now, I'm just gonna throw those things in my backpack and probably forget about them. Like I often do. Now we're going to instead set up that process over here somewhere. I'm gonna put it right here. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I seem to have picked up the dirt anyways. Cool. Now let's actually see. No, where's my toolbox? Actually, I do think I'm gonna go ahead and increase my jump, just because it feels like I should be able to jump higher. Which does mean I need to reduce falling as well. Not fair if I get that jump boost, but then still take the same amount of fall damage. Yeah, that's all I need. I feel like that makes enough sense. Now, the question is, where did I set my toolbox? I'm always setting that thing down and losing it. Something I really am quite bad at. But, I can do that. It's actually really nice. Perfect. It is blowing. Now, I actually need to put some netherrack. Don't know why I'm trying to pickaxe the dirt. That doesn't make much sense. Steel... Hey, I can walk over it. And it don't matter anymore. That's fun. That's for the lava. And that is where I'll actually... There we go. I have to use the water to lift the things up to me. That is definitely not ideal. Maybe we'll be able to find something to work with that. But for now, let's not forget the toolbox. There's no more iron. Oh, there was one more ingot. We actually need to use it. That's the whole point of me, setting this up so I can reach it. Was because we needed some smooth stone, actually. I think that might be lava. Yes, that's lava. So, we put our lava down. That makes me so nervous walking over it like that. But it's not possible for me to fall in with my hitbox as big as it is. I do have to wait for it to drain, though. Alright. And what else did I need? Can make the blocks of iron. Those aren't too difficult. Oh, I just need a dispenser. Need some cobblestone, you say? I think we can get some of that. There we go. Almost a stack and a half just for turning it on. I think that's pretty good. I can put the normal stack in there. Have it get turned into potentially iron nuggets. And I will keep that. Let's actually go see. I definitely do think I need to decrease that falling a little bit further, because that wasn't great there, needing to worry about taking damage. 'Cause I jumped off a very small area that I don't think I should have taken damage. I just gotta open this door. What did I even come down here for? I forgot. Oops. A bow. No, we don't have one just lying around. And we have no string. That is so strange. I'm kind of surprised that we don't have any string at the moment, actually. In that case, I'm going to take this piece of wool and turn it into string. I do have the sticks in my inventory. It's been a while since I've actually made a bow. There we go. We have the schematic cannon. That's step 1 completed. Yes, we do need the table as well. While we're down here, we can grab our slabs before we head back out. Actually, we are probably gonna sleep first. I really should move that bed away from the wall now. I haven't done it yet, but I should. Hello there, Mr. Skelly. Oh. That was weird. He didn't want to be hit. Oh. Hi, creeper. Boom. 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 It takes 4 potatoes to kill a creeper. Oh, we have a lot of flint, actually. Let's go ahead and quickly craft this up into some gravel. That is the step I have not yet actually finished. Eventually I'll have the whole compressing thing for the iron nuggets. Working on flint as well. But I need to get to that point first. Let's see. I don't even know where these random holes come from. I can only assume that they might be creeper holes, and no one patched them up. I guess I don't really need that, netherrack. Oh, hi there, creeper. Get potatoed. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I needed more smooth stone. Let's go and do that. I totally got completely sidetracked and forgot what I was doing. Every time I see the lava flowing like that, it does make me nervous, thinking it's gonna go burn the items. I don't know where I was running off to. I can do it right here in my inventory. And then the final thing we need is gonna be the schematic itself. And we need light blue dye. We should have lapis somewhere. And I did just get bones. Actually, is there any lapis out here? Nope. It would make sense for it to be next to the enchantment station, so I don't know why it's not there. Okay, good. We have some down here. And I am going to go ahead. Let me actually grab them out of here. Bones go up there, and bone meal can go in there. Awesome. There we go. We have our light blue dye. I'll go ahead and make a second one just because I have the resources to do so. Thought I had more paper. Guess I don't. Also, again, I was sure I know I picked up some sugarcane somewhere. But we have no clue where it vanished to at this point. That is so strange. Let me actually take that steak. I will use that as my food source. It should still work, right? I just need to come cook it. Come here. Cook my steak for me, please, and thank you. I still find it so weird that it glitches into a block sometimes. Hey, we got 4 ingots out of that. Not bad. Paper, sugarcane. We need to go find it because we have the bamboo growing there. Because I know I picked it up in the very beginning. So why do we not have more? That is what I am so confused about. Also, whoever took the sand from here didn't fix the water afterwards. There we go. See, that's all it took to fix it. Also, that's not even enough sugarcane. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is plant that stuff. Oh, again, I think this one was actually natural generation and not player. I'm still gonna go ahead and come fix it. Not exactly super hard to fix. Although it does look like since sand was taken from here, it's not gonna want to cooperate. At least not nearly as smoothly. Oh, well that's why it wasn't filling up. It's all wonky. This whole little lake area is a little weird. Okay. Yeah, this is the area that's not gonna want to fill up. Let's see what we can do to try and fix that. Nope, it's gonna want me to do that bit too. Fine, I'll do that as well. It wants me to cover all of these up. I'm gonna take it back because it looks ugly to have cobblestone there. And one more. There we go. Okay. Fix that up. Now, off to continue our search for sugarcane that we should have already had, but for some reason do not. Let's go ahead and move this a bit closer. You're just seeds. I don't need you. We also only need 3 sugarcane, so we'll plant the other 3. And we now have our paper. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can grab that cobblestone. Yes. I want to turn it into sand. To make sandpaper. Because that stuff is actually still pretty valuable. And then I can come and put my extra blueprint away as well. Awesome. We should have everything we need. Actually, I do want to go grab a book. I don't know if we have any. Doesn't look like it. No. In which case, I am actually going to need to go take back some of that sugarcane that I just planted. Oops. My bad. I mean, if we're lucky, some of it has grown. If not, well. We'll work on it. And let's see. Nope, none of it grew. Okay, we still have 3 more. That should be enough. Because what we are going to do is real quick just make a book. And that book is going to be important. I'm not actually sure. I think we're probably going to put the iron farm down here. That way it's somewhat close to the cobblestone. Alright, we have our schematic cannon here. And we have our table. You can see it's already saved. We're going to put our empty schematic in there. It'll write it down. And this is the build that I created in a test world. And now we're going to see if we can get it to place. There we go. Okay. Nope. I think Y is pretty good. No, I want it to be shifting that way. No. Why are you not shifting that way? Maybe if I'm on this side of it? Oh, I've got to be on that face. Okay. So looking at this, you can see it's pretty empty building, but it is decently large. I think I'm going to go ahead and bring it over one more. I think that works out pretty well. So I think if I now put it in there. Okay, need some gunpowder. Oh. Get potatoed. Now, it's missing items. This is where our book comes in. A material checklist. Oh. Should probably go sleep, huh? Ooh, carrot. That's our first carrot. Nice. Thank you. We turned a potato into a carrot. Let me actually, in that case... Oh, wait. I don't want it to use that one carrot that I have, so I'm not firing it. Ow! Stop hitting me! I only have so much armor. Okay, there we go. And that's right. I forgot I suffocate in the wall now. But if we check our book here, you can see we need 120 cobbled deep slate, 132 copper casings. I don't think we need the creeper spawn eggs. I think there was just some creepers in there when I copied it, and so it's trying to put that down. Some deep slate pillars. Layered deep slate. Actually use some mangrove roots. I don't know if I'm going to keep those. 529 polished cut andesite. So, that's going to be fun. I don't actually need those deep slate bricks. Those were just a placeholder for where the middle was. Almost 12 stacks of stripped dark oak logs. Stripped dark oak wood. Some of the glass panes. So obviously I have a lot of supplies that I need to go and look at gathering now. So I think that's going to be our next step. Okay. me just do something real quick. Okay. But as I said, those are the materials that we need to go gather now. I'm actually gonna go see if Joey is, on. One of the first things that we're gonna need to do is get more dark oak trees planted. Because, yeah. We don't have enough, by any means. I am also, while I'm here, going to put the carrot away, so my cannon stops trying to use it. And those are acacia. There's our dark oak saplings. Let's go get those planted, because we are going to need so many of them. Skelly, get yeeted into the sun so you burn. Oh look, he dropped a bow. I shall add it to the backpack. Let's actually see, because I am getting a little bit low on potatoes. Not too bad. Let me just come grab enough to replenish that stack. Okay, these storage tanks are insane. We're gonna have to upgrade our potato farm if we want to fill this thing up. I only have 2 of them there. But as you can see, it is still considered 0% full. There's at least 8 stacks of potatoes in there. Which means food-wise, if we were to turn all those potatoes into baked potatoes for food, we would never run out. Kinda crazy. Alright, that's right. I need to plant the tree. I'm just gonna make a large block of trees. Okay, I guess I can't make any more. Cool, I got 1 tree at least. Oh, I do actually have it on me. Yeah! It's a little hard for me to see. But we can do this, and use our lovely chopper to chop down a tree for us. Because it is actually a lot more consistent when it comes to the sapling return rate than we were having before. Go. I'll put those down. They won't be able to do anything though, so yeah. My goal is to make a just a 9x9 square of dark oak saplings. That way we just have as much as possible. So, we'll let those grow. Ooh, actually, we can make use of this chest. Now, I think I might want to put it next to the, not the log. I'm gonna want to do this, although, oh. It's all stripped wood. Great. Okay. I guess one thing we can do is these 8. I guess we need to see before we chop down any more trees. Should, because I can try this here. Does it work if the wood has been stripped. I think it might. It does! Okay, so we need to strip the tree before we chop it down. There we go. Those 8 are now good. Now, sometimes it, like, the book will actually update. I've never been able to get it to do that. Did that change anything? Oh, it did! Okay, so you have to update it using the schematic cannon. But then it'll be able to know that it's in the chest. So that's actually good to know. I wasn't able to figure that out beforehand. Now, I guess we need to... Even though we just got all of this wood, it's time to go strip it all down. Oh, that's right. I shouldn't actually do it quite like this. Oh well. I've already placed most of them by now. I'm gonna say I probably should have kept only one attached to the ground. Because luckily, orientation in the log doesn't actually matter. Oh, wait. I do need to make sure it's the only block touching the ground, though. That much I do need to make sure. Yeah, okay. Being able to chop it all down like that is actually super convenient, though. Now, I actually want to see, what's it look like partway through? I guess I wasn't paying attention before. So that says 708. I'm kind of doing some testing right now to see how it turns out. Okay, so it does reduce the number by 40 because I have 40 in there already. That's nice. It does adjust that. Okay. Oh, we already have another tree. Go ahead. We're gonna strip as much of the wood as we can reach. Oh, we actually have 2 trees. Yep, that is kind of what I was expecting. I don't know why I looked in there, because I have all the iron in my inventory. Silly me. We're gonna strip as much of it as we can reach, because there are a couple places that just mostly because of leaves are not gonna be able to reach initially, and it'll just be faster to place those couple back down. Now I need to go chop up all but one. There we go. I left it over there, didn't I? Yep, I did. Oh no. Take off the boots. They're great. They make it so I don't need to worry about the conveyors. But they do also make me sink quicker, which is kind of a problem in situations like that. Alright, we're gonna see how much normal dark oak wood was left. Because I know there was some in there. Oh. And a new tree grew. This is actually going a lot faster than I expected it to, which is pretty nice. I'm actually thinking, I may look at using my backpack, just because running all the way inside just for my bed is kind of slow. So I may go look and see about, because my backpack does have that kind of upgrade. Maybe something to look into. Looks like 28 logs. Alright. Not too bad for what we had left over. I'll go ahead and get this tree as well. That way we can just do it all in one go. Yeah. I will say, sneaking around when I'm this big is kind of annoying. Okay. 37 for normal logs. We can work with this. And I'm just going to have it be that one attached to the ground from the beginning. Now, oops, I made it a little bit too tall. My bad. It was still within jump reach though, which was very good. Alright, this may actually be enough wood for what we need. Because, yep, there's another tree that has popped up. I don't think I'm actually going to plant any more until I get all of this. Just to make sure. Actually, also going to update the book. Okay, we need 9 more stacks of logs. So, okay. So we are gonna need more. Definitely more than I initially thought. Or just thought. But I think dark oak wood is the kind of wood that you just get so much of it, that's not like it's gonna be that big of a deal. Okay, I was kind of wondering if it would try and shove it onto the other side of the tree. I'm definitely glad it didn't do that. Alright, I think I will, apparently I have another tree. I'm very glad that these dark oak trees seem to grow pretty quickly. Definitely going to lessen the time we spend on this, and allow us to try and gather other resources that may be a little more tiresome. I'm also very glad I don't have to manually chop them down, especially in this size. Oh, and there goes another one. We should definitely get the spare bits that aren't getting stripped initially after this. I think we have we probably have almost a stack of those by now. Never mind. I guess we're not quite going to chop it down. That tree just popped up and said, "Hey, I'm ready too!" Looks like it has smaller tree though, it seems. Oh well, it's not too big of a deal. It all gets chopped down just the same. Oh, my inventory is actually getting a little bit full. Let's go ahead, get these all placed. Need to be careful not to shift off, as something that is very easily done when you have the step assist. Well, I guess that works. Definitely not how I was planning on placing it. Sure, why not? We'll place it like that. What? There goes another hex. That's kind of crazy. It's a good thing I have the temporary iron farm set up. Because this is my third axe now. I didn't think I'd be going through that many axes. Not even chopping down the wood. Just stripping it. Oh, and 2 more trees ready to go just like that. Wow. This is definitely going faster than I expected. I do like that it's going fast, though. Oh, I don't know why, but for some reason, all of the inner pipes are invisible. It's very strange looking. They are there, though. So, I don't know what's going on with the rendering. Very strange. Ooh, okay, because these trees are against each other, we're going to have a little bit more unstripped wood to work with. That is kind of unfortunate. But I guess it's really not much that can be helped, considering the way we're doing things. This should actually get us really close, because that was at least 2 more stacks. Also, not quite sure why these logs stayed behind. Very strange. I guess we can just chop a couple manually. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. I think what I'm going to do is I am actually going to get these ones as well, and then go get an update on the book. Okay. Because this should actually put us pretty close to all the wood that we needed. Because yeah, that is 7.5 stacks. Let's see. Okay, so we need 5 more. Oh wow, my sword's durability, I only have 9 hits on it? Wow. Didn't realize it was getting that low. Okay. There we go. Our outline for our big block of dark oak trees has finally been completed. Yeah. Okay. Too bad it's not spruce trees, because this just solid block. Spruce trees are a lot taller than dark oak. At least when you do them in the 4x4. So you get a lot more. Let me see. These things I don't need directly in my inventory, so I'm going to put them in my backpack. I maybe eventually might go put them where they belong. We're going to have to see. Knowing me, I'll probably just keep it in my inventory because I don't want to go and put it away. I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to let some other trees grow. Let's do some other stuff. Because I actually think 2 stacks of cobbled deep slate we should already have. Not even something that we need to go looking for. Yep. Easy enough, although I may need more. Yeah, I need 2 stacks and a bit of deep slate pillars. And that we don't have. I'm actually gonna go ahead and make some more andesite alloys. Now that we have some iron, it probably will be a good thing for us. I also think I'm gonna run over to Robin's drill because he should have a bunch of deep slate in it that I can nab without having to go reconvert mine into the other drilling style. Oh, piping can also go in my inventory. And I guess I can put the random netherrack away as well. Alright. We are gonna need another chest though, I think. I underestimated the number of blocks used in that little build. Okay. I think that works pretty well. We'll toss all of these in to make a bunch more andesite alloys. Because we are going to need them. Oh, okay. I didn't expect this. It's gonna be a little hard to get things in there now. Okay. We'll let that run for a little bit. Let's see. 36 andesite casing. I know I do have that already. But as you can see, it's most of my supplies at the moment. And that's why I was gonna go make more alloys. And casings in. Okay. Copper casings, we're gonna need a lot of those. Oh, we can also get the 11 mangrove roots. We do happen to have this tree just sitting here. Although I think, because that one's the one Joey has, I'm gonna steal from this one instead. There we go. We have our 11 mangrove roots. Now, what else did we need? Oh yeah, we need 4 stacks of layered deep slate as well. Okay, so yeah, we definitely didn't have enough. I'm gonna need to see how to make that copper. Oh, and then we need deep slate. Oh no, that's just the one deep slate. It's a good thing Robin has a ton of andesite over in his digging machine. We're gonna need a lot. 5 more stacks of the stripped dark oak though. Guess we should go ahead and chop down what we have here. Go through another axe. Snuck in there, got the 1 extra block. I'll take it. Means I won't have to add it to the pile later. Trying to be sneaky. I caught you. You didn't get away from me. Alright. I think I've gotten all the trees that are up right now. I just need to disconnect them all. And then not completely disconnect them, actually. I need to leave 1 down. Did the weird thing again where it didn't fully take it down. I guess it just has to do with something as large as these trees are. It's bound to be a little finicky at times. Okay, on to the next axe. That's now 3 or 4 axes. I actually lost count of how many we'd gone through. We're definitely going through more. Oh, we actually had 2 trees here right next to each other. That's why it was so big. Okay. trying to figure out why it looked a little more strange than I expected it to. Well, lever itself is not actually going to do me much good. Also, apparently, my potato cannon can use apples as fuel? That was somewhat unexpected, actually. I wasn't expecting something like that to be the case. I guess it does work. You can stuff an apple down a potato cannon muzzle. It'll probably be a bit of a mush apple, but then again, I think the potatoes are probably kind of mush after you launch them too. So, I'm just going to complete these, not add any more at the moment. Yeah, I definitely got a lot less saplings though. I can do this double wide. I just need to make sure I do it on both sides afterwards. I don't know if I... Oh, high tree. I'm gonna make sure, and I'll just do both of these at the same time. Oh, this may be a bit tall even for me to reach. Oh, no. I can reach it still. That's good news. Now we have quite the block of wood to chop down. And some of them are going to be hidden again. Well. Benefits of the tree growing and also downsides. Okay, this should definitely get us a good amount of wood, and we should almost be there by now. Looks like we had 18, so not too bad. Oh yeah. This may actually be the last tree that we need. Just looking at the numbers that we have. This may be all we need, because it'll get us to 5 stacks. In which case, I'm actually going to disable those two real quick. As I do these 2 trees. So I do think, especially with 2 of them, that should be all we need. I do find it very funny, though, how I'm able to just stick those 2 logs there. But that's all it needs to count it as the same group, and so it'll chop it all down together. For the most part. Gonna pick up these last couple. Actually, I'm gonna go drop all this off before I strip the other 42 in my inventory. Because we may not even need it. Yeah, that was all the stripped dark oak logs that we needed. So we can just use this as normal wood now. I will go ahead, pick up these couple saplings. And I will put those away later. Pushing it off as I do with a lot of things. But next up, let's go for the copper casing, actually. I haven't actually made that myself, so I need to go look at how to make it. Never mind, we are going to need a lot more stripped wood, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the dark oak anymore. That does mean I'm going to go ahead and plant just these 4. That should be all I need. It's a matter of copper now, actually. I know we should have some copper left, but I don't actually know how much. Because I have been using a lot of it. Ooh, yeah. That's all I have, but that actually may be enough. It's 2 stacks and 4, so I think we'll know once we smelt down the copper we do have. Although, we should actually crush it first. Yes, I do believe... let me take out those 6 iron nuggies. Hey, I have 3 in my inventory. That makes an ingot. Nice. 1 more ingot. I do actually believe that when the copper gets crushed, it can then be washed as well. Wait, what? Why did the nuggets of Oh, they're nuggets. Okay. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Oh well. There we go. That's what I did want. All the copper nuggets are going to go in there, and they're all going to get pounded out into ingots for us. I don't really have a use for these. I'm going to save them for when I might actually need some quick experience. Oh, one of the trees has grown. We are going to see if we have enough copper. It's hard to say because I have no clue how many nuggets there are. Also, why is there clay in there? Oh, it must have been from the digging. That's one of the kind of odd side effects. I don't know why that's a side effect, but it is something that happens. Okay, yeah, we'll have enough nuggets, it looks like. Oh, maybe? Did we? Oh, we have an even 2 stacks, and I think we needed 4 more. So we need a tiny bit more. Darn. That's kind of sad. It would have been nice to get so close right away without needing to worry about doing anything else. And copper! Get copperified. Luckily, all of this we can actually pick up super easily. Not quite instantaneously like we did before, but still pretty fast. Got that side. Oops. And hey, the logs can't hide from us. At least not for very long. Just gotta get that last one. There we go. No more wood. That actually got us pretty far. I don't think we're gonna need all of these. So I'm gonna leave 2. Actually, no, I'm just gonna take them. I'm just gonna leave the 1. Because I have all of this wood to go do now. Okay, well, I guess I can't. It's not wanting to let me because there's a tree still above me. I don't know why the fast leaf decay doesn't seem to be working very well. I also technically didn't need to build this floating. I'm not chopping it down, I'm converting it. Oops. It don't matter if it's floating if it's just being converted like this. And time to collect. Alright. Not bad. We still have 39 more. But I'm kind of hoping that that tree gets me all I need there. Okay. I believe Robin's contraption should have some copper. Deep slate, andesite, deep slate, a vertical framed glass pane. Let's see. Putting glass in a stone cutter. Cool. I don't know how many we're gonna need. We may need to convert some more sand. Cause that got me 16, but we needed... Oh, just 16, so that actually worked out really well for us. We just need that wood. And then we need to go collect the deep slate from over at Robin's machine, and we'll be good to go. Actually, go ahead and update the book. Just 43 more, not quite enough copper. Alright. And then just this first page, actually. That's all we need. So we're getting really close, actually. Okay. I put it off for long enough. I think I'm gonna go clear out my backpack. And then we will be good to head off. I want to do that because I need as much storage as I can for going and picking up, because you saw. We need 8 stacks of that, 3 stacks of that, 2 stacks of that. We need at least 13 stacks of deep slate. Or at least inventory space for that. So, it's probably a good idea to make some room. I'm gonna put these items that I do not need on me away. Especially things like that random sign that and door, only because I had to make some adjustments. The netherrack we don't really need on us. Random crafting table that I don't need because I use my backpack to craft now. And you know what? I'll put away the glass too. Okay. I have a lot more space in my backpack now. Oh, actually. Random bucket. I have no clue where it came from. But I had it in my inventory, so now we've put it away. I no longer have it in my inventory. Yeah, it'll be fine. We may have to run through the night a little bit, but there is a bed there. I'm surprised the tree didn't grow. Off we go! I'm actually going to avoid that water. Because last time we went in water, we sank. Because of the boots we're wearing. Well, I guess there's no more villager in that house. Yeah, we kind of had a raid at one point. Courtesy of Robin. He didn't realize he had the bad omen effect still and walked over to the village. So we may have lost some of our villagers. I think there's at least 2 still alive, so we can always breed them back up if we need them. But they're not, definitely not as many as there were before. I think, not this mountain, but the next one over. Luckily, with our step assist, this isn't too bad. Okay, let's see. Is there a mountaintop with his machine on it? Uh-oh. I don't see one. So I found it by accident last time is the thing. I guess this wasn't the mountain, this was just the hill. That's gotta be the mountain. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's gotta be the mountain. Since this wasn't, that's gotta be it. Okay, it's almost time for bed, so we're gonna see... Yep, there it is. Okay. We'll steal his bed real quick when we get up there. Okay, rotten flesh. Our digging spot, which, luckily, there won't be a need for that very much anymore, now that we have Iron Farm going. I have to see, can I fit? I do! That's good. I actually am going to need to bring his machine back up. There we go, 192. Man, why'd it get stuck? How did it do this? How did you get stuck, machine? Okay. Let me put the water down. Oops. You should not have been able to get stuck. I really don't know how. Fine. I think it's because it has been left running when you leave the area, which is, it's not supposed to be, so it tends to break when that happens. Now I've got to go in and manually fix all this up. I really need to get mending on my pickaxe. Especially now that it's netherite. I'd rather not lose this thing. It's actually still completely unenchanted, which is kind of surprising. We've been playing for long enough now that I feel like I should have enchanted it. At least a basic enchantment table enchant, but I haven't. And I'm just now realizing how odd that is. Okay, I have 450 durability. I'm actually going to use so much of that here, though. Because this is nearly a chunk. He has been working on getting this thing to be an entire chunk size. Meaning 16 by 16. I think he's at least made it to a 10 by 10. So that's going to be 100 blocks, I think. Yeah, 10 by 10 is at least 100 blocks. I guess we'll be able to do a quick check once we finish. Check the durability on my pickaxe. Of course, I did check it partway through, so it's not going to be the most accurate. But it'll give us a rough estimate. Actually, I just realized I didn't technically need to clear it all out. I mean, it's nice, because it means it can start running again. I didn't actually need to do this, because all I needed was access to the chests. And we now have access to the chests. Alright, let's see. Yeah, seems, wait a minute, 450. It's gotta be bigger than a 10 by 10 then. Because that was more than 100 durability. Oh, he's actually got some copper. Perfect. Hey, 4 ingots. That's all I really needed. Just gonna nab that. And he's got a bunch there as well. He's actually got a bunch of iron in here. We can take that back and grind it down for him. He's got 33 more drills in here. Wow. Doesn't actually look like he's got any deep slate though. Which... I have to run the machine to get some more. I guess we could do that. If I just casually fill that in, that chest can now only be filled with deep slate. I'm gonna have to take off the boots. Let's give this machine a bit of a run. And that way... Okay, it is going down, although because of how big it is, I'm actually going to reduce the speed a little bit. Because normally I run mine at the 192. Mine's also still smaller. And now the water has to go drain. It's kind of funny that things aren't rendering properly, and so you don't actually see anything down there, but it should still be down there. Unless it somehow managed to glitch through again, which I guess that is actually a chance that might have happened. It is still going down at least, though. Okay, so I'm going to put the water back. Oh, my back tank has actually started to lose some compression. Dang it. Did. Actually. I don't know if that's a normal flooded cave or if it just filled up. Okay, it just filled up. But it is, in fact, full. And there's a skeletons down here. Cool. I guess you guys have fun with that. I'll check on its, distance. Guess I should probably let the water clear, though. That's gonna take so long, though, from such a high distance. Man, if we were to use a hose pulley to fill this in, it would become an infinite water source. Or an infinite lava source, actually. It could become both. Oh boy, now I get to wait for the water to drain all the way down there, because that's a couple hundred blocks. Especially considering the fact that the machine is in fact still running. So it is still going down. Or at least, it should still be going down. Yep, looks like it. And I think... at the speed it's going, the water does appear to be flowing faster. Which is good for us. However, once it gets to the big area, it will start flowing a lot slower. And may not actually even be able to keep up. Now, I can see it all the way down there. Yep, water definitely seems to have slowed down though, now that it's hitting the bigger areas. So I guess that's the other thing, is an area as large as this, although it would take some time to fill up, it would take just as long to empty out afterwards. Well, maybe not actually. I may be wrong about that. I guess I don't know Minecraft water mechanics as well as I thought I did. Because it does appear to be emptying at roughly the same speed that it was before. Ooh, okay. It may now be draining, or mining, at the same speed that the water is draining. I have no clue if it's draining faster or mining faster at this point. Mostly because I don't have a good indicator of where the water is compared to where the machine is. Oh dear. That is kinda lagging out though. The constant switching of the water mechanics. And then of course the machine also is not exactly lag friendly. Not on a scale as large as this. That is quite far now. Oh jeez. I don't know what happened there. Started glitching out for a moment though. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to... Oh my gosh. Robin, I don't think I can allow you to make your machine any bigger. It is the reason we were having lag spikes. I don't think this water will reach the hole. I don't think. I guess we're gonna find out though. I guess maybe that's why he had it on such a low speed to begin with. It's because the lag is too much if he does a faster speed. Oh, I actually think the machine is a... If it's not in, it might be about to reach deep slate. Oh dang, we're only at 102. Alright, that's gotta be another 50 blocks down. Hi, Bat. Oh, oh dear. It ran into an actual water source block down there. That's not great. That water's not gonna drain. Let's go ahead and climb back up then. I'm going to bring the machine back up. Oh my gosh. Your machine is too laggy. I'm going to slow it down even further. Okay, we can see the machine climbing its way up now. Well, actually, you know what? We don't necessarily need to have the machine come up. I am going to sleep though. I don't need a mob knocking me in there. Turn you, you're good to go back down. Because what I'm going to do is just have a single area over here. That will then flow down. And that way I can come over here and get rid of this source. No. Well, I guess it sank too quickly. I'm not going to be able to get on. I'll just have to come dig it up from down below. Okay. Luckily, I do believe it was just that one source. And now, what I can do is go back up and block that back off to continue having the water drain. We now have to wait for that side pillar to drain as well, though. My gosh, it still lags a little bit. It's not as bad as before, but it is still lagging. Yeah, I definitely don't want to clear this one out, because this is a double layer. And we saw it used over 100 durability just on the one layer. Oh, there it is. Well, and crouched so I can't see it. There we go. The water is flowing. Oh, I forgot to check how far down the machine was, actually. Made it pretty far. Whenever a lag spike happens, you know that that's the machine going down another block. Alright. Our water is now gone, and it is going to start draining like normal again. Yeah. That's actually really fun to look at, the water all flowing in that one direction. Kind of cool looking. Now it's all shifting around. Yeah, it's at least 50 blocks behind the actual machine, though. That's gonna take a bit for it to drain. Oh, machine is most definitely in deep sleep, though. Which is good. That was our whole goal. Let's see, from the side view, I think I might be able to tell where the deep slate starts. But it's kind of hard to tell through the water, actually. Yeah, I think it's right there. So I guess we'll see once the water drains to that point, if I'm correct. Guess there's really not much more to do than just kind of wait for it to finish at the moment. Okay, it did not progress as much as I had hoped. I kind of looked away for a moment. I think it may actually be time to just bring the machine back up. Because since I'm pretty sure I saw Deep Slate, at this point, it should have mined enough to have gotten at least a couple hundred, which is honestly what we needed. Actually, if we're counting in the measurements of hundreds, the andesite he definitely already had that much. Easy. Deep Slate. Yeah, Deep Slate was only like 300. A little under 400, so definitely not a problem. It should, yeah, it's coming back up. And then we can just let the water down there drain. Oh, it's already past the water. No clue if the water's actually drained. Probably not. But all we care about is the fact that it's coming back up to us. I'm not gonna jump down to meet it, though. We've learned our lesson. That's a bad idea. Okay, now here's the issue. I now have to go locate the chests. I'm only gonna dig this one layer out because I don't want to release the water and have that start flowing on me. Here we go. We're at the chests. I can't actually get by on that side. Of course not. I guess I don't technically need to, though. As long as all the chests are uncovered, my reach is long enough that that shouldn't be an issue of reaching them. Now, I'm sure it's going to have so much to look through. Nope, nope, that one is not actually done. We've got, for some reason, 57 kelp is in there. I really don't know why. Most of these have cobblestone and other random materials. Why does he have a nautilus shell? Okay, I'm going to combine those two for him. A little bit more space. Okay, perfect. That is what we wanted. Alright, let me first off throw out all this cobblestone. I think I can throw out 3 coal. I'm gonna put my boots back on for now. Let's check the book. 8 stacks of andesite. 8 and 13. 8 and 17. Darn. 4 off. So close. For our layered deep slate. I think I'll just fill my inventory with the deep slate. It's a little more than I actually need, but I think it's good enough to where we're probably going to be using it again. That's right. I put my boots back on. Single stick can get thrown out. Yeah, those boots are nice, but they do cause problems sometimes. Alright, time to head back. We have our resources. I am not going to convert the deep slate here just because I'm not actually sure of the recipe and I might need a stone cutter. In fact, I probably want to use a stone cutter just so it's a more reliable recipe. Actually, because I'm using chisel or create versions, I don't even know if they have any. I totally went the wrong direction. Oops. I don't actually know if there are crafting table recipes. I think they may all be stonecutter recipes. Now that I think about it. Huh. Okay then. I guess I can't do it. I mean, I obviously wasn't planning on it, but that just confirms that. I don't know if this feels like the right direction, but I know it should be, based off of our coordinate. Oh, that's right. We are up on a hill. I forgot about that fact, actually. Oops. That would make more sense as to why it felt strange for the direction we were going. These plains look a lot more like what I expected. Granted, while I was up on the hill, it sort of did look like plains. So I guess I don't have a good reason as to why I felt that I was going the wrong way. Very strange. That sense of direction for you, I guess, does not always make sense. And whoop! Oh, I thought I was gonna miss that for a moment. Awesome! We are home. Okay. Now. First off, bite eggs, no chickies. Alright. Checking my book. I guess we should get that copper casing done. Tree has not actually grown. Wait, we have bones on us. Here we go. I'm just gonna throw it out because I don't really need it. And it's just gonna be taking up space in our inventory that is already overly full. Just need to convert this whole tree to copper casing. And then go to bed. Apparently hopefully there are at least 2 more logs in there. So I have 2 more left to convert. Oops. I was ready to... In preparing to move, I made it worse. Okay, we do have at least 2 logs. We have more than that. So I guess we're going to have some extra wood. I was kind of hoping it was going to be the other way around, but we got a large tree. I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal. We just have some extra wood. We're going to use it at some point. It's just a matter of when will we use it. Okay, let's actually check. I need polished, cut, andesite. Okay. Okay, luckily it is a 1-for-1 ratio. The 8 stacks and 17. Alright. Time to go convert all of that at our stone cutter. This is going to take a moment. But hopefully it doesn't take too long. Let me see. But I also need to find the right one. Polished, cut, andesite. I want to make sure I make the right one too. Yes. It is nice that it's not one that I have to scroll to. That definitely always makes it a little bit more annoying if you have to scroll down to find the one that you're looking for when you make it in bulk like this. That'll be the andesite taken care of. And then we just have the deep slate, which we have 2 different types. Yep. we do in fact need that second chest. That is not where I tried to put you. Let me just do that. There we go. Now we need 2 and 16 for deep slate pillars. Perfect. And I should be able to, because I grabbed enough deep slate and I can hold it all in my inventory at once. I should be able to just do it without the constant running back and forth. We're gonna go with, we're doing deep slate pillars. I just did that to make sure I know I'm getting the right one. Guess I should check the recipe? Oh, it needs normal deep slate. Cool. I mean, we can do that. Let me just double check how I get normal deep slate. Lava. Awesome. Another case where I'm glad we moved this out. I would also prefer to not mess that up. Oh, I didn't actually pick up my bucket of water. Whoopsies. I guess that'll have to be fixed whenever someone next goes back over there. Kind of look, I think the 17 has turned into normal deep slate, but the rest is still cobbled. Oh, no. It's all good now. We're probably going to have to convert more, since it seems all the create recipes are using normal deep slate instead of cobbled. Alright. Next up, 3 and 48 of layered.
According to an Alexa answer.
Alexa, stop. I don't know what they even picked up on. I didn't say their name. So strange. Okay, 3 and 48, and that is layered. Yep, it does in fact use normal deep slate as well. Okay. In that case, I grabbed 6 stacks too many of the deep slate. Oops. Kind of what I expected. I was hoping it wouldn't be that bad. I also may actually need to go grab some more gunpowder, because I did only put the 2 pieces in. So it's not exactly super full. Although that does make me wonder. What recipe can I use? Potion of Harming. That's how I make gunpowder. Get from netherrack. Which you can just get so much of that stuff. Although it does look like there is no recipe to automate, to fully automate netherrack. Granted, it's not like you really need to. You just put one of those machines down and you have enough for probably more than you're ever gonna need. Layered. There we go. That should be everything we need, actually. I'm gonna hope. Since I haven't used it before, I don't know for sure. But I believe, according to our book here... Oh, I didn't put the copper casings in there. Whoops. Yep. That's everything. Okay. I think 800 shots? Yeah, that's not going to be enough. But what I can do... Searching for the layered deep sleep. Oh, wait. Okay, we actually do want that one. There we go. It's going to start building that for us. Now, we do need to go get a little bit more gunpowder. So, now that it's running, we're good to go. We'll just let that do its thing and go grab some more gunpowder for it. Luckily, we have collected a little bit. I've been trying to stock up on any gunpowder I do manage to gather. I knew I'd eventually need it for this. And of course, we can always make a classic mob farm as well. That'll provide gunpowder for us. Yes, you can start to see part of the reason I have these casings as the floor is actually because you can hide gears in them. And so they could be a hidden way to provide power to the materials or the machines or in the actual building. Yeah, we're just gonna put all of those in there. That should be plenty of shots. And it is so cool because it is using these blocks in here. Oh, hi, pillager friends. I'd rather not mess with you, actually. I don't know whose chest this is, actually. It has the randomest materials in it. Yeah, that is now going to build itself up. Should probably get some light sources. Because it's going to be dark. Let's see about gathering some light sources from somewhere. I don't even know where I'd even grab them from at this point, though. I don't think we really have any lying around. So that redstone link would go in that chest. Yeah, nope. Unless one of our random chests lying out in the... just out and about is hiding them, I don't think we have any actual light sources. And we have that one. It's got some glowstone in it. Does this chest have anything? Nope. Okay. Well. Cool. It was actually right there. In that very chest. Actually, I probably only need the one. Because it's not like I need a ton of torches. As I make 36. Half a stack. Of course. Our potatoes still haven't even reached 1% yet. That's gonna be a lot of potatoes if this thing ever fills up. Hold on. Why did you stop working? Oh, that's right. Skip missing blocks. I did forget about that. Okay. I can... Well, there should be extra cobbled deep slate in here. I'm gonna steal one and just make it here in the middle. I'm gonna go ahead and put some lights in now. Ooh, I actually might want to wait on that. I'm gonna need to see if it tries to replace these, because I did say replace and which dirt here for is gonna be section. We'll probably do some manual, but automatically it's gonna save us a little bit of time. I actually do want to see it just changing the block. Now I do want to check. No, it looks like it's just deleting those blocks. So do be careful with that. It appears to just flat out delete things if you use that method. So yeah, definitely don't use that method if it's around anything of worth. Okay. Here we go. It should be coming around and starting the next layer soon. We have legal grass though. Okay, I need one more layer. And the floor should be done. Since it's not directly in our way, in the way of a block, it may not do anything actually. Oh. Why is this 3? Wait, no. Oh, this side just only looked like 2. Strange. Okay. Yep. Okay, it did delete our torches. Good thing they were just torches. But yeah, it completely deletes them. Not great. Luckily, it was pretty quick at getting across. So now I should be good to place in these other torches. And now I can start getting the lights set up. Because that was the main thing I wanted to look at, is this is going to be very dark. This may actually be a little too close together. I'm kind of playing it safer than not. Oh, hey. That actually lines up really well for being on the center. Okay. Well, that's all that was needed. I think what we need to do is actually get some more crushing wheels set up. As you saw, they work okay, but they're a little bit slow. And so, what I'm going to do is make another 2 sets. I should actually have all of that on me. Let's see. I have those 2. Where did I leave my box? It's in my inventory. Of course, there's... Oh, that's right. We need to go pick up our andesite alloys. I actually totally forgot that we got those set up earlier. Thank you. Right? Did I give it to us? There we go. Okay. I should be able to do that. I do need some planks. I shall use the dark oak, because we got extra of it. Oops. Why'd you break? I must have done the recipe wrong. Recipe! Well, normal stone should work. Let me check. I'm pretty sure normal stone... Yeah, normal stone works. What did I do wrong? Okay. Oh, I must have, like, right-clicked again and canceled it somehow. Weird. I guess I shouldn't do these, last then, if I'm gonna go spam like that. I do need to make sure I take those off so it can actually have somewhere to go. Perfect. We now have 2 extra sets of crushing wheels. Poke my head over and see how it's going. Ooh, okay. Got the doorway now. So it's getting pretty close. We are actually going to need some brass tunnels. Yeah, okay. You know, I've been, for some reason, avoiding doing this. There's no need to, but let's go ahead, get a rough kelp farm going. Oh, take off the boots. Breathe. I also do think I'm going to need to take this little outcropping out. Oh, I didn't actually need to. Oh well. It's gone now. Bone meal. There we go. That way we can get a bit of extra kelp going. Really not much, but it's enough for now. I probably should make the diving helmet for situations like this. That would probably be the smart thing to do. Okay. There we go. Our kelp is finally growing. Something that I put off for so long for no real reason. But we'll have a good supply there. Oh, it's nice to finally have a proper building. We'll need to put something around the cobblestone farm too, but I don't know what to put around it. If we're being honest, I may just use the same building design again, and just customize it to be more cobblestoney. I actually think it should be getting really close now. Oh yeah, we still got plenty of gunpowder at least. Yeah, so it hasn't touched the andesite because that's all for the roof. But I think it's only got 2, maybe 3 more layers? This is all the deep slate pillars it has left. I actually think we can go in there and start looking at placing the wheels in. In my backpack, I do have the 2 rose quartz. I just need to squish some iron. Also, I don't know what happened because they used to lay flat and now they're vertical for some reason. I don't know why that changed. Very strange. We have our tubes. I thought I had brass on me, but I guess I didn't. Okay, there's that. Cool, we just need to grab 4 kelp and cook it. That should be fine. I'm gonna guess that the kelp is probably already grown at least that much. Well, it's kind of hard for me to gauge the proper height. I collected. Oh, and now I'm drowning. Cool. I'm actually going to plant 1 because we only needed the 4. And we will technically need more, just because we do need to make the actual mechanical belts. And those take 6 for 1. But we'll work on that once we start transferring things. That's not an us right now problem, that's an us later problem. And perfect. We have our brass tunnels. We have our crushing wheels. In fact, I actually think I should make another set. That way I have this set and the other set. This should... No. I only need the 1. Forgot the recipe. Oops. Also, no, that's still wrong. These go out here. There we go. I couldn't remember that recipe at all for some reason. Very annoying. Okay. Ooh, actually, it's in the middle of building the roof. Perfect. So I definitely do want to do better. Oh, need a little more wood than I thought we needed. Okay. Guess we have that wood to work with now as well. You can actually come and see, this is our building that we have to work with. Crushing wheels. Actually, this is a really great use of the toolbox. I can just access it, all those ingredients from wherever I need. Let's see. Trying to decide what I want my building block to be. I guess I can use those spruce logs. Put those away. Okay. Let's see if I can get this to work. So what I want to happen, not that, is I'm gonna have these crushing wheels 3 in a row like this. Perfect, I even managed to line them up. Even if it was somewhat accidentally, although I just realized I wanted to move those up further. Okay, come on, turn. There we go. Because I want to avoid putting anything in the floor if I can help it. Versus, I put one up there. Now, I think that second one is a little too tall. No. There we go. It did not want to rotate in the direction I wanted it to rotate in. There we go. All of those are lined up. Now it's a matter of providing power. trying to think of how I want this to look, actually. Now, I want to grab some cogwheels. Actually, I should probably get power over here in the first place. That would make the most sense. Right? Oh, I'm out of range. It doesn't have a very big range, unfortunately. Oh, I only have the one gearbox? I should fix that. So I have no cogwheels. I really should have more. I have the resources to make everything at this point. Let me actually get those shafts out. I mean, this is going to be good use for our planks that we needed. And that into cogwheels. I now have a bunch. Let's see. I don't have very many andesite casing. I should fix that. I have the wood, in fact. I even have it. Store items. Well, I don't want to store all of it. I want the alloys. Over here. Which, it's done. Oh, and then it empties the schematic afterwards. Yeah. I shouldn't have taken that out. I don't want to put it in there yet, actually. We're going to take this. And we're going to quickly convert it all. Using our andesite casings, which does actually mean we should probably go make some more. That just utterly used up all of the ones that I had on me. Luckily, we have the iron. The question is actually, do we have the andesite? Oh no. I think we might need to make a trip back to Robin's. Wait, the what? This thing's only working at half, efficiency. That's not allowed. I'm gonna have to go through and fix that now. Huh. I want to be careful not to grab anything I want to keep. I'm just taking out these pipes. So this is a lot harder to see what's in the wrong position than when I was tiny. In fact, I'm not even sure if I can really know for sure. Wait, I think it's actually just going to be a checkerboard pattern. But I am going to have to do some excavating down here. Actually, forget. I can actually swap like that with my backpack. Okay, just gonna dig this area out real quick. We'll repurpose the dirt elsewhere. This way I'm actually gonna be able to see what I'm doing when I'm working on my machine here. I mean, it's actually still not the greatest, but it works. There we go. This is what I need to do. I need to go every other one in this checkerboard pattern. If I click one and it doesn't look right, then I'll have to try again, I guess. I'm hoping that was gonna fix the issue. I don't know why it was an issue in the first place, if I'm being honest, though. It shouldn't have been. Oh, I guess maybe because I shifted the incoming. For some reason, it doesn't like it, and it'll then turn to alternating like that. Very strange. There you go. Cobblestone generator is back up to normal speed. I guess I can use this dirt to fill in all the random holes lying about. Like, this one was natural terrain, actually. Hit with a potato. You too, actually. How are you not down? Get... There we go. Thank you. Much better. Potatoes work great as a ranged weapon, even if they don't do a lot of damage. Yeah. And considering durability and ammo are really easy to take care of, not that big of a deal. However, I am going to go sleep. That way we don't have to deal with the monsters. Alright. I don't know why, but my little hotbar segment there is, it appears to be glitched out. It's coming off. Let's go see. Yes, okay. Help is doing good. It would actually probably be good to flatten this out so it was a little bit more even. That would certainly make it easier to collect. Okay. I actually am thinking... I'm gonna go plant a couple more. And then these 12 I'm gonna turn into dried kelp for conveyor belts. Oh. Kelp actually cooks really quickly. Nice, I'll take it. Now that does give me 2 mechanical belts to work with. That's actually not going to be enough. Not even close. That's right. We need more andesite. I forgot I needed that for a moment. Also, I apparently forgot and left those 2 hanging there. Okay, the only thing left in there is cobbled deepslate. Good. This place does appear to be safe from mobs. Oh yeah, that's right. My whole point was to get a gearbox. Which I don't have. Need cogwheels and casings. There we go. Made a couple more gearboxes. Not the greatest, but it'll work. Now, I'm just going to quickly hijack that. Oh. That's not good. Guess I need to do it again. There we go. Still at 0% potatoes. Still. There we go. Just fill back up. I have no clue how many are actually in there. I don't even know how many those 2 storage things can hold. So, yeah. I have no idea when that's going to actually fill up. Luckily, I do have a lot of shafts. I made a pretty good amount of them as backup. I guess not necessarily backup, just in preparation. And I've used so many of them, apparently. Now, the question is, how am I going to transfer that from there actually inside? I actually think I might go the roof route. Right, I send it through the roof? I guess I just need to grab a casing. Okay, it puts it in the weirdest of spots though sometimes. Most of the time I don't mind what it does, but it just doesn't like to work sometimes. That and a casing, it's not the greatest, but I feel like it could work. There we go, just gotta send it through the roof as well, not start going off in whatever direction that was. There we go. You know, I think for aesthetical purposes, I am going to put them on both sides. However, I'm only going to actually need to attach one. Also, that was all of the shafts that I have. So, if we want to do anything more, I do think we're going to need to head back. There we go. Okay, let me just real quick put everything away. I will grab my toolkit to come with me just in case I need it. I shouldn't, because I'm going out to gather andesite. But you never know. And back to Robin's rig we go. Because we haven't even gotten the system set up to bring the cobblestone over. Yeah, we still need to do that, so we still have plenty of work to do. I actually was looking, I can get andesite through gravel, flint, and lava, actually. I did not know that that was a recipe, but it is. And so, we may look at doing that route instead of the vanilla Minecraft of quartz route. Mostly just because quartz is kind of annoying to process. And considering how much andesite we're going to start needing, it might be easier for us to just set up this other route. Because we have the gravel and flint, no problem actually. In fact, you've seen we have quite a lot of flint. And as for the gravel, well, that's what we're setting up right now. So, we'll have to see when we actually get to that point. But hey, it's an option that we're gonna look at. Either way will honestly work just fine. Hey, since I did leave my water here, I don't need to wait to have it go all the way down. Don't want to pick up that large amount of cobblestone. Actually, I guess I could. Let's see. Here's the andesite. I'm gonna grab 4 stacks. Make sure I fill that back up so it can be used to pick up more if needed. And I did it again. Let me do that so I can take off my boots and actually swim up the waterfall. It would technically be easier if I didn't have to take off the boots. I also have like a keybind that you could hit, and that's what would stop it. That would actually be pretty nice. Actually, let me just put most of that andesite in my backpack. There's no need to keep it in my main inventory if it's not something I'm going to be using right away. I only needed it to make the alloys anyways. And hi squids! I can walk down here with you guys. Oh, it's actually getting pretty late. I will probably run to my bed as soon as I get back. Oh, hi there, Ravine. Do not want to fall in you. I am glad that I don't have to go normal caving anymore, though. Because, trying to do that while as big as I am, not the greatest. I did it as an Enderman, and that alone was, not ideal. So, I'd rather stick to avoiding that as a Ravager, if I could. Come here, creepers. Get potatoed. I'm actually gonna need to go charge up my back tank. Yep. I've been using the potato launcher a lot more often. That was certainly interesting. I had a ranged duel with a skeleton using a potato cannon. Not really something I was expecting to ever do, actually. Stick that in there real quick. Let me use my potatoes again. Okay. I need to get the angle right. Perfect. Throw those in. Let me grab those so I can throw those in as well. That will work on creating our andesite alloys, although I went to walk away, but this is what we're waiting on at the moment. So there's not really a point in going away. Well, I guess I could actually toss this cobblestone in. Get a little bit more iron going. see. That is the main reason why I decided I would pick it up after all. No. I did not mean pick it up again. I meant initially pick it up. I just need to get those alloys. There we go. Just a bunch of shafts, because I'm going to need a lot of them. Oh. Okay. Put down my toolbox again. Ooh. I'm gonna need to make some more gearboxes soon. Yeah, I think that soon is now. Oops. Okay. I don't have any more cogwheels. Backpack. Let me actually... Nope. Just jumping down here so I can get the wood, and then I need to climb right back up. I may actually adjust how this gets here. I may do a thing where I put it in the walls. Because, this random shaft going through doesn't exactly look the greatest. There we go. Got a couple more there. However, I think I'm gonna do even more. Actually, I'm just gonna use all of it to make shafts, because I just need so many of them at the moment. Alright. I made a lot more gearboxes. Well, actually not. I can't even say a lot more. Only 11. But it is enough for what I need. And there we go. They're all hooked up. Question is, are they spinning the right way? Almost. I just need to put one more gearbox in to invert it all, and then we'll be good to go. That actually worked out better than I thought it was going to. Because they're both going the same way. Because yeah, you want them to be inverted. So that one's going one way, the other's going the other way. Perfect. Okay. Now, let me... I need to make a little bit of a wall back here. Because as I bring stuff into these, I'm gonna... They have a chance at flying too far. Which actually is not where I want to put them. I want it to be right there instead. This does mean I need to go get some more. Let's go do that. I've decided that I like that block, and I'm going to use it more. At least in this room building specifically. Okay. Thank you very much. And then we can actually go check on our kelp and see how much of it we have had grow. Okay. That works pretty well. Actually, I think I'm gonna put the casing on. Because then it kind of feels more held up than it was before. It's almost a waste of supplies, but I think it'll work. Oh, that's right. I need to go make sure I grab my toolbox from up there before I forget where I put it. And... okay. Let's see... I'm gonna use the dirt for now. I actually think I only want it to be... there we go. That far out. I actually do want it to be pretty close. So we're going to have all three of these. And the reason being is going to be... these tunnels. Can't actually put one down because I don't have another one. Let's see. I actually think I want synchronized input. Because I believe that should distribute equally to all three at the same time. I think that's what I want. So let's go see. I need more kelp. Take off the boots then. Gamma! Okay. I should definitely at some point synchronize all these so that they're all level. Ow. I just realized I have no more food on me. Oops. I should fix that. Guess it's time to go make more bread. Because I can make that stuff in mass. Yeah, all I have on me are potatoes. Actually, you know what? We can use our potatoes. We can make baked potatoes. I can easily go get some more. We have the farm for them set up after all. In fact, I shall go do that while those are cooking, because it is going to take them a moment. Yeah, I have no clue how many potatoes are in there at this point. I'd have to do a test to see how many I can pull out. But I don't even know how many can be held in there at one time. Okay, they are there. I was a little worried that my potatoes had just vanished. Oh, wait, I don't want to leave yet. Oh, I need to go grab one more. One more cup, please. There it is. It was just floating there for me. Perfect. That'll be 5 more mechanical belts for me to work with. We're actually gonna see, because this is the most kelp I've cooked at once. How quick does it cook? Fairly quick, actually. Definitely still faster than some of the other things we've cooked. I should actually make sure I do that. And before I run off, let's actually grab the more andesite alloys. We are gonna need more shafts. Thank you. Another whole stack. Yeah, we'll also need to put the fan washing system, set that up. I think we'll do a separate building for that. There we go. We can now put our brass tunnel on. No, okay. Fine. Okay. This does actually mean I need to take a gearbox. Ah. There we go. Take a gearbox. And hijack you. I'll probably actually do the same on both sides again. Oh. Oh, wait. Ah. No. Can't have you be a gearbox. Because that does break the rotation. Which I guess I could technically fix by going upstairs. But I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I guess we'll have to see. Ooh, actually, hold on. Yep, I keep breaking the wrong one. I need to break that one. Nope. Let me actually see. Where is the positioning? Ooh, that could actually work. Since that is purely decorational. Although actually that could pose a threat. I'm gonna have to see it. For now, I'm going to just put it in. I do like it when I have symmetry. But where? There it is. I was wondering where that block had dropped. Give me a couple more shafts. Hi, Wandering Trader. Ooh, that mini ancient debris is kind of tempting, actually. I don't think I have enough diamond blocks to do the mini diamond block. Yeah, not bad. But also, I don't actually have any emeralds on me. The only emeralds we do have are ones that Robin has. So, now I'm gonna have to see here. It seems like it may be working. Nothing broke off, which is really good. Shouldn't that... Hold on, though. I'm gonna break through the roof real quick. Okay. Gonna make it a 3x3. A little bit easier than trying to sneak through the other way. Okay then, apparently that all lines up perfectly. Well, let me just fix the roof back up. Let me see what happens. Why are you not inverting? not gonna lie, I am in a situation where I'm expecting it to invert, and it's not. And it's really strange. Let me see what if I do it from the other side. If that will make a difference. Oh, well, yeah, no, I can't. Because that's the weird part. It did invert that. And nope. Well, that's not helpful. Yeah, okay, it is definitely being wonky on me. I think what I'm gonna go with... because I do need those. Those are my priority. I'll just have it go this way. Yeah. And be like that. I think that'll work. Wait, what? No. Going the wrong way. Thought it was going the right way. There we go. Okay. And now if I feed it into that one, it should all work. I hope. Actually, technically I could feed it into any of them. But I just go with that one because that was the main one I saw. Okay. So there we go. Actually, I'm not gonna do it that way. I think what I'll do is I'll go up. And have it go through the roof. And that's gonna be our input. Now we just need to add some power. Let's see, does that? Nope. That does not go the correct direction. I'm going to... No. I do this. Luckily, this is actually something that I have done a lot of, so I know the mechanism for it pretty easily. And I guess we should actually test this. Because the whole point... let me actually just put everything away. That way I'm not keeping it all in my inventory. Turn it on for a moment. There we go. Oh great. It stole my lava source again. I still don't entirely know why it does that. Hold on. Oh. I need to invert you. No. Okay. I'm not actually sure why it's doing this. I'm gonna have to look into that. Because, our cobblestone generator isn't gonna work without a lava source. Here we go. I also technically need to go do the collection system beneath the crushers as well, still. Come on up. Because what should happen is it should be receiving the cobblestone in stacks anyways. Hello? Okay, that was a little strange. Apparently synchronized inputs? I'm not entirely sure what that does, I guess. Okay, but it did split them up. It didn't do a very good job of evenly splitting them, which was kind of an issue. That's because I was missing the things at the same time. I mean, it did it all pretty quickly, though, which is very good. Let's see, what happens if I put... Because I do have that stack. Okay, that... Just normal split seems to be what I want. Then it'll split it evenly into all of them. Okay. Well, it's a start. We definitely have more steps, such as the washing. But at least we have started it, we have a proper building now. And it's in a bigger setup than what we have over there. That's all done automatically. Or at least, it will be done all automatically once I finish it. That's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me work on this create stuff. I had some fun. Although I did get a little distracted at some points, trying to get stuff done properly. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, well, actually, no. I just remembered. I'm actually busy tomorrow, so I won't be able to do anything. And in light of that, that means what I'll probably do is to make up for it on Monday. We'll be moving Spooky Night to Monday instead. So, but on Monday, we'll be doing the Midnight Ghost Hunt Thanksgiving update that came out. It'll be so long ago at this point. But we'll be doing that on Monday. Shift happens on Tuesday, and then of course, group night. We're actually going to need to start looking at a new game soon because we finished Bendy and the Dark Revival. I'm not sure what we'll be doing next. See you guys on Monday. Bye!